Injured on the go? Just call Mo. If you don't know who Mo DeWitt is, it's time to change that. He's been helping out Central Floridians for as long as I can remember.
Super involved in the community. He supports lots of local businesses, including this podcast.
And that's such a reflection of who he is. He supports everything Central Florida. He's always throwing events. I'm about to take part in a bowling tournament for him.
Me too. Visit him online at justcallmo.com.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Oh, yeah, I'm ready to rock. You did it. Baby, I cannot believe I still have one of those. He's 7 months old, if you're wondering.
You still have that kid?
I know. I left him in the back seat. I'll be right back. No, welcome to episode 51 of Good Sauce.
Psych, we're kidding.
Psych, JK, just joshing.
Yeah, we're J kidding.
This is episode 51 of Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. Hi.
And we've got you feeling good.
My name is Ross Padgett. That is Joel Warren.
True.
And that is also Joel Warren's favorite part of the intro. Got you feeling good.
Yeah, you hit that, man.
It sounds like the Full House theme song to me.
And that is Nico Renedo over there.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? First of all, man, episode 51. This is 1 year. We're 1 year. We're 1 year old. A year of podcast episodes.
And remember that everybody was like, it won't last a year. And I was like, yeah, right, Mom.
Yeah. Listen,
watch this.
Everyone has a podcast, but not everyone goes for a full year.
That's right.
Once a week, except Christmas. You know, shout out presents. Also, debt, you know. We definitely covered Christmas, but it's a very special landmark that we made here. And the first people I need to thank for making it a year are sponsors, Mo DeWitt, Orange County History Center. You guys have been with us since day one. You guys are the OGs. And man, two phenomenal entities here in Central Florida that we love being affiliated with. If you're injured on the go, you know who to call. Just call Mo. And if you're looking for a perfect date night, every third Thursday at the Orange County History Center, which is a nationally recognized museum that we in Orlando are lucky to be able to experience. Every third Thursday, 5 to 9 p.m., free, baby.
Yeah.
Free. Bring wifey there. Bring hubby there. All right? Because that's a quick fix on, like, I'm cultured. I know stuff.
It's such a cool spot, too. And they have these wild statues out in front. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
the
depicting
gator
scenes from Florida history. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bronze gator on the ground right out front.
Yeah. Not everybody can say that.
No.
Shout out Gators.
But
oh yeah.
Yeah, the Gators just won the national championship. It's a pretty cool time. People always be ragging on Florida like, don't you guys smoke meth and have a lot of scabs? Yeah, we do.
And we win championships.
But we also win national championships left and right. Whether it be the Buccaneers, not the Dolphins, not the Jaguars, but the Lightning, mainly Tampa, actually. Tampa's pulling a lot of weight when it comes to
We had
Florida
Tim
champion.
Tebow.
We had Tim, and you also have, our
we can still have him if we want him. He's still available.
Are you guys proud to be a Floridian? Whenever I travel, I kind of feel proud to be a Floridian.
Yeah. I usually say Orlando. I don't say Florida. Just being honest. Like if somebody asks me where I'm from, I say Orlando.
Yeah.
And I don't, but I never lead with Florida.
I like living in a weird, basically, what was it, Jersey Shore of a country, but like without the cologne. Without the Axe body spray. One of my favorite jokes, and I will quote this local comedian. He doesn't do comedy anymore. His name is Tom Murphy. He's a local entertainer. Was so funny whenever he did comedy. He had this great Orlando joke.
He's still alive, to be fair.
Yeah. He's still killing it. But he had this great stand-up joke that never left me because it was more of just Orlando commentary, if anything, that I had never thought about before, is that all the tourists that come to Orlando walk away from Orlando going like, man, they're just drowning in putt-putt golf courses.
Yeah.
Like that's because they won't leave like the tourist areas. So their perception of Orlando is like, there's tons of rides, even outside of the theme parks, there's rides.
Just putt-putt everywhere.
You know how many baby gators I just fed? Yeah. And then they go back to Norway and they're like, man, this is, but it's not all I drive in
I remember talking to people and they would fly into Disney and just stay at Disney the whole time.
Yeah.
I
Just
think that's
stay
the
there.
majority of
Yeah.
people. The Disney, Universal, go home.
Right.
Or airport.
Airport, Disney, chill there the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
Fly
people who walk away from that going like, "You're gonna love Central Florida," and it's like, bruh.
Don't show it to me.
Yeah.
We'll also be willing to go to the Florida Mall and potentially Gatorland. I'm telling you, Gatorland, hidden gem.
Yeah.
And it's
Am I flirting with a potential sponsor? Yeah.
yeah. We're trying. We're flirting.
I'm thirsty for
we
Gatorland.
want to talk to you, Gatorland. That's our vibe. We like Gators.
I just want to holler at you.
Yeah, I want to. You looking good right now. You look
Gatorland's great too because they'll be like, yeah, it's like $30 or whatever, but if you're in the military, you don't pay anything, and if you've got like big left foot, it's free, and if you mow your own grass, it's free. That's the kind of discounts I'm looking for.
Be proud that, if you live in Central Florida, if you live in Orlando, and I'll even go as far as to say if you live in Florida, like it's all right to have a little Florida pride. Just be self-aware of what we are. A lot of gators, hard drugs, uppers, downers, golf courses.
We don't like rules.
We do not like rules. And if you get embarrassed here in the state of Florida, we're all going to find out about it.
Yeah.
You will go viral. You're going to throw a gator through a drive-through window? Yeah, that's going to be in our history books.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
It's
part of
happened.
it. We are the Australia of America. Everything will kill you, and the people are wild.
I feel like,
We're almost surrounded by water.
Yeah.
Completely surrounded by. We're
I
almost
think-
an island.
I feel like, they say,
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
like, we were probably supposed to be an island.
Right.
Yeah.
And God, had to take a phone call, so it's still attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just forgot. He's like, I forgot to detach it. Now it's a peninsula of weird.
Yeah, it was supposed to be more Caribbean.
Now America has a dong.
I sometimes I have a really cool sense of odd pride. I have no other option. Am I gonna I was born and raised in Florida. Am I gonna choose the negative route and go like, dude, I hate living here? No,
No, it's awesome.
it's pretty cool. Palm trees are dope.
Boogie boarding's dope.
Oh, for sure. Most people are here for the boogie boarding, but
Yeah.
they stay because of the no rules.
Now, hard.
No state income tax. People forget. I don't know why every athlete doesn't play for a Florida team. That
Yeah,
would be number one on my radar.
Right.
I'd be like, well, I get to keep more of the lots of money you pay me in this state.
there was
Live anywhere
yeah.
you want in the off season.
Right. And palm trees.
Plus the palm trees.
plus more palm
I'm not
trees.
seeing a downside here, guys.
Oh, there's a downside. There's a lot of painkillers. There's a lot.
A lot of scabs.
a lot of scabs.
Look, you got to ignore the winter in most of the country. We ignore all that,
Yeah. Joel and I love supporting local businesses.
especially if they're really cool.
College Park Foundation Records is one of the coolest, one of the best. If you are looking for some of the best vintage clothing, I'm talking about some throwbacks. They have it. They have amazing clothes. One of the best collections in the entire state of Florida.
They are what I'm trying to be.
They have the best selection in the state of Florida when it comes to vintage clothing, vintage records, and everything cool. If you have an entire collection of records, bring it in. See if you guys can make a deal. They're always on the hunt for more records.
Well, swap and shop. You feel me?
They're two brothers, and I've known them forever. They are some of the nicest, and to be honest with you, they've always been the coolest kids in school. Make sure you see my friends Alex and Peter Cohen over at College Park Foundation Records if you want a slice of some local cool. There's one story that jumped out, and yeah, this is a hard segue. Hard pivot. Screw it. There's a news story that made me feel like this is very Florida news to me. All right?
Flus.
Flus. A lot of Florida news, some flus going on.
What's your headline flus today?
Now, I already know that it's being disputed, but man, did it make me so happy to see this flash across my feed that people are like, yeah, dire wolves are back. I've looked it up. Like the opening headline of a bunch of these news things is the last article that I read about dire wolves, right? If you're just joining us, breaking news, Jurassic Park is real.
Yep.
Dino DNA. Is it okay?
They did that.
They did that, and they brought back dire wolves. Now, let me be upfront. thought dire wolves were solely fictional. I thought wolves were I didn't know wolves just had a bigger
I was like,
version.
they kind of just did Jurassic Dog Park.
They did, yeah. Like,
They're like, dinosaurs are scary, but we'll just make cool dogs.
I just couldn't believe that. I saw the news headline that, like, yeah, dire wolves are back. I'm like, I thought that was in the realm of unicorns.
I thought it was from Game of Thrones.
I thought it was solely Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
And,
let's call it for what it is.
Yeah, there's like a weird science lab thing going on.
I was like, back? 'Cause I saw that headline too.
Yeah,
back from
season 5?
yeah.
And also, spoiler alert, dude, those wolves do not do well in that show.
They're dogs.
They're big dogs, but
They are.
I'm just saying
So are Great Danes, and I'm not picking them to fight.
their end results are not great.
They also whoop ass.
I mean, they're big ass.
Depends on the ass.
But here's the thing.
They whoop some ass.
It's a show,
bite some
fictional, so
We're like, yeah, okay.
like this would be the same. This would be in the same neighborhood as if I saw the news headline of like, scientists discover Lord of the Ring Urukai ready for battle for next war. Like, what? Yeah. When did that happen? Wait a second. What? Scientists bring back elves for warfare. Bring back? When did we have elves?
You're talking elves, elves?
Yeah, like I couldn't. It reminded me of other news headlines that I just remember like double taking at that
Yeah.
flash. Mante Teo has fake girlfriend. Like I remember where I was on the most random news, like breaking news. Mante Teo's girlfriend never existed.
You remember where you were? That's your 9/11
I remember where I was there as well, but I just
at the birth of your child.
the weirdest one.
That's true though.
The weirdest news headlines are so odd. And this one was up there for me. Dire wolves are back. Word?
And realer than ever.
Okay, well, bring me back to page 1 real fast. You got to
Remind me of where they were originally. Yeah. I don't know when dire wolves were.
When I saw this originally, I thought it was fake.
Yeah, and
right.
then all of a sudden it started getting more and more traction.
Right. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's not the Onion?
So, like, I'm reading.
It's one of those like
Yeah, like
It's-
just fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already being disputed. It made me check the date. I was like, April 1st? No. All right. No, there's no April Fool's thing going on. Also, what a weird April Fool's Day joke to try
that's
to
a
pull.
great one, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, look out, dire wolves are back.
Breaking news, Oliphants are here. Not even mentioning, you couldn't, they found like the DNA that was like 10,000 years old, I think, or something like that. I mean,
So is that when that's the time frame of when they really were?
yes.
10,000 years ago.
So I'm reading right here. This now extinct species is possibly most famous for its fictional role in Game of Thrones. So, some nerd was just like, "This is my life's journey. I have to bring back dire wolves." for
That I believe.
well, yeah, that
Like
now.
a super fan.
What was the?
I'm like, he's practicing for dragons.
Was it Baratheon? No. Who was it? Game of Thrones fan.
What are you talking about?
Who was the House of Wolves?
Oh, the Starks.
The Starks. That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, huge Stark fan. He was just so pissed off that Ned got treated that way. So he's like, I'm in the real world. I'm bringing back dire wolves. But yeah,
Ned's revenge.
this species actually did exist more than 10,000 years ago when it roamed across the Americas.
Oh, cool.
The company Colossal Biosciences is behind today's headlines. Colossal Biosciences.
We specialize in huge wastes of time.
That sounds like you're gonna get bombarded by time travelers
Yeah.
at that front door, going like, don't do it.
You don't want none of this.
You don't want any of this. Raptors are real and they suck. Stop. Please stop.
That's funny.
They named them Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi.
No way.
They leaned
That last
in.
one.
That one makes me go like, we got to take this more serious, guys. We got to take this more serious.
So they did 2 dudes and a chick?
Two dudes, Romulus, Remus, who I believe are like the creators of Rome. Like they have.
They sound important.
They're like they sound important.
Isn't Romulus one of the Alien movies?
That's also one of the names. Listen,
This is getting...
Are they brothers?
there's already critics of going like, this isn't.
What I want to know is if they can bring back dire wolves, what other fictional
But these aren't fiction.
characters? But they are because they're from Game of Thrones.
But yeah, no, they're like
I want to see some dragons being brought back.
Yeah, but that's like saying that horses are fictional because they're in Lord of the Rings.
they should have started off this headline with
Both can be true.
breaking news: dire wolves were a thing.
Or
That's the first news headline that I should have read. Breaking news, or friendly reminder, PSA: dire wolves are a thing. Follow-up news: they're back.
Yeah.
There's 3 puppies.
I think I got the headline for the internet. Breaking news, dire wolves are real, and you'll never guess what happened next.
Yeah.
You have to dangle that.
There's a doctor who went on to say ancient DNA is like if you put fresh DNA in a 500-degree oven overnight. It comes out fragmented like shards and dust.
We tried to make meth, but we got dire wolves.
We tried to break bad and we opened up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
But it made me think like, I want to bring, if this is the option, if we're just going with big wolves, dude,
Yeah.
I want more animals.
That's dire wolf DNA.
I want.
I'm telling you, Jurassic Dog Park is going to be a movie. I'd watch that.
Isle of Jurassic Dog Park.
Like, yeah, it's from the same creators. They'll be like, we learned with the dinosaurs. Like, bad idea, bad idea.
Right.
Check out these.
Look.
People love dogs.
People love dogs. So people come to Jurassic Dog Park, you know?
Studies show that the audience wants more dogs.
I just,
What other animal?
yeah. Like
Dragons.
They're. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I want dragons.
I'm
I
conflicted.
started to drink the haterade, and then I spit it out, and I was like, yeah, dragons.
But mortal enemies. I don't
What,
think
dire wolves and dragons or humans?
Unless you can tame them and ride them.
Oh, boo. You're going to bring them back to enslave them?
Yeah. See.
No. They're
Yes, the human conflict with dragons just begins. That's why I'm critical of you saying
Whoa.
dragons.
not enslaved, but
That took-
domesticated.
That took 2 seconds for
What's the
humanity to not agree on dragons. That's why I can't say that if you want to, you can't.
Are they because they can be
but-
weaponized?
You want to make Dragon World.
What if we have dragons, but they don't like breathe fire or like non-fire?
You want to
breathing?
neuter them.
No,
You
just
want-
never had it to begin
To
with.
extinguish their flames.
So you basically want to declaw
Like a
dragons.
pterodactyl, like a big.
You want to take their.
I'll just say pterodactyl.
You want to take their claws out.
Because that was a thing.
Pterodactyls?
Pterodactyls were things.
Yep.
I changed my
Pterodactyl.
animal to pterodactyl.
Look, that's how things are workshopped. You start with dragons, you end up at pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Dude,
By the end of the week, it'll be a drone. And then we already have those, so you win.
I will start. I will start and end with I want centaurs, minotaurs.
Cinnamon tars?
Yeah, centaurs.
Let's get
Centaur,
cinnamon tars.
minotaur, half man, half bull. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those are my favorite epic fantasy creature. And also the thing that chills by the lamppost of Witch in the Wardrobe. If we're bringing back dire wolves, I want a little goat fella with the 2 horns by the lamppost offering me a Turkish delight.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm talking about? The little goat,
You lost me at the end part.
lion witch in a wardrobe.
Yeah.
That,
I know what you're talking about.
That little half goat fella. I want that little half goat guy. If we're bringing back dire wolves, I want a little goat guy giving me Turkish delights.
Okay. Well, while you're getting mentarded in here, I'm gonna go with Dodo Bird,
Dodo
bird.
which were real all the time.
Yeah.
They're not from a film.
Or I'm trying to also.
And we did them dirty. We're the reason they went extinct.
What weren't there? Yeah, the big.
I don't know much about dodo birds.
Well, dodo birds lived on an island, and when humans came to it and brought pigs and stuff, they were like eating the eggs, and then the birds weren't able to put up with the predators that we brought, and so they died out.
Sad.
Yeah, not cool.
Bummer. Air.
Eric.
Yeah, sorry, dodo birds. And now, you know,
I don't know what they had to offer other than being cool animals.
But you know what's so
isn't
sad?
that enough?
You know what's also so sad though is that like we what do we do when someone's dumb? Like they still get chastised. Like we call them you dodo, like you dodo bird. That's
And they didn't
because
do anything. They're
that's
victims.
because they died out. Oh my god!
Yeah.
This is worse than when you really think about the Chick-fil-A advertising saying like, "Hey, stop! Just please eat more chicken." This is the same thing. We've been. This is in the same realm.
You dodo.
You dodo, like, oh man, you think I'm gonna die and be the last of my breed? Do you think I'm gonna die out?
And when old people are old, we're like, you dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
We just rag on the extinct so much.
We should stop doing that.
We're really extinctist. That's what I'm realizing.
Extinction.
We're so
Extinctism.
We're being extinctist right now a bit.
Well, you
This
know
whole
what?
conversation's disrespectful.
Let's be the opposite of extinctionist. All right. Welcome back, dire wolves. Welcome back.
It's good to
back
see
to
you
society.
again, because you did exist and you are real again.
And we were fully aware of it. Well, come on in. It's a fun time here.
Listen to our podcast.
You're gonna love it.
We're pro dire wolf all of
We're
a
the
sudden.
first official podcast of Dire Wolves.
Yeah, it's the greatest comeback ever in the animal kingdom. Welcome back, Remus, Romulus, and Khaleesi.
Khaleesi.
I can't get on board with the last
Not
one.
even Nigeria.
Who's a good dog?
We gotta.
You're a good dog.
We'll be right back. Yeah, we gotta take the dire.
Welcome to Jurassic Dog Park. Man, imagine the size of that dump.
Let me take a quick break because I need to talk to you guys about that mortgage guy, Don. If it wasn't for my wife being a realtor, I wouldn't know anything about mortgages. Luckily, I'm married out of my league. She showed me how important it is to get second opinions. A recent study showed that less than 20% of people compare their first mortgage quote. What that means is that there's a lot of people leaving money on the table. Honestly, my life changed when we got a different deal on our mortgage. And that's where that mortgage guy, Don, comes in, because he makes it easy to compare quotes. All you have to do is just go to the website, hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, boom. You're gonna find out if you are having a good deal or a bad deal. And lastly, one of my favorite things about Don, he's as Orlando as it gets.
How do I get a hold of
You
him?
can catch him at thatmortgageguyDon.com or right here on Real Radio 1041 with his own show every Saturday morning. Check him out. He's awesome. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Hell yeah, brother. Kick back. Relax.
Take your shoes off.
Take your shoes off.
Take your shirt off.
If you got a bunion, rub it. Get that bunion out. You got a knot, get it out.
Come here, I'll get it out for you.
Oh.
I don't know why, but that somehow crossed the line. Welcome back. My name is Ross. That is Joel Warren.
I won't rub your feet.
And that is Nico Renedo.
But I will.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, right during the break, you guys told me, like, hey, Joel, you got to tell Ross. I'm like, all right, well, just hit record and let's see what happens.
All right, so after work yesterday,
Yeah, feed me.
I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
And it had been kind of a long work day, and I had dressed for not being outside, and I was outside. It was like 90 degrees yesterday.
It was hot.
It got cool later, but whatever. Not in this story.
My lower half became Shrek home.
Yeah, and I had jeans and long sleeves.
I was straight dew-locking.
I was leaking. And
That's
long
that
day.
Florida. I'm not proud to live here anymore.
Yeah, this was one of those days where you're like, maybe the North. Maybe the North.
Yeah, Drake isn't that bad. I'll go to the 6.
Yeah, why not? I'll check the 6 out today. And I was in that mood. I was feeling that mood yesterday hard. So I go, after work, I go to the kids' soccer practice. And I'm going to be there for 3 hours. So as soon as I get there, I get a beer because there's a bar where my kids play soccer.
Which is so dope.
It's so great.
I feel that's such a great idea.
And
What kind of beer? What beer?
I had a Yingling,
Jang-a-lang,
a Yinger.
oldest American brewery.
Yeah, that's right. No tariffs.
No tariffs in 18. Actually, no, there's a ton of tariffs. Whatever. Keep going.
We're American. There's no tariffs on it. So I get my Ying Yang, and I sit down, and I'm in the indoor part of the facility because I'm not a psycho sitting outside.
Yeah.
When there's an option to not. So I'm sitting in there, and somebody pounds on the glass from playing indoor soccer, and they go, "We're down a guy." Joel, get in. And I went, I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah.
And he goes, we don't care.
I'm locking.
I'm trying to ying.
Yeah.
And he goes, just come in. And I was like, I'm not want to. And Landon looks at me and goes, do it.
Ooh.
And when your kid dares you, essentially.
When your kid Nike checks you.
Yeah.
When your kid Nike adds you, do it.
I went into
it.
Nike dad mode, which is just do it eventually.
I do it. That same moment happened to me. And that's what got me back into stand-up comedy 15 years ago.
You were sitting on the side of a thing and somebody just dared you?
Basically, yeah. Someone came home from a gig and I said, "Oh, how was the gig?" And they said, "Went great." I said, "I miss stand-up comedy." And he looked at me and said, "Prove it."
Whoa.
I haven't stopped doing stand-up comedy since.
Well, I will stop playing soccer because of what happened next. I go in, full jeans. I did take my hat off because I didn't want to be rude. Plus, I'm prone to a header. I knew I was going to go for the dome, so I had to be ready.
Can I ask you something real fast? A little side note?
Yeah.
As a bald man, headers, you've headed a soccer ball with hair?
Way better without.
I would think.
You know, it's
I've always been curious, and I've never had a close enough friend.
Well, have you ever played golf with the little sock that goes on the golf club?
Wow.
That's what you've been doing with your headers all this time. If you want some accuracy, if you want some power, get some real trajectory behind you, shave your head.
Good to know.
That's why I did it. It had nothing to do with going bald. I just was like, I need something to give me edge on headers.
You take off the hat. You're ready.
I'm ready. Well, I'm ready from the neck up.
Yeah.
I don't look like an athlete from the neck down. I look like I just went to work.
Yeah, from the waist down.
And everyone else is wearing soccer stuff. And then the referee walks over and hands me a penny. So I have to put it on over my long sleeve shirt.
Oh.
I have no other clothes in the car. Anyway, it was a thing. So I go out and there's a free kick and I kind of stand in front of the kick.
No.
I like to be the wall.
Yeah.
And this young man, probably 22 years old, shot with all his might directly into my chin. And I do have a beard, so it was a cushioned facer, but half of my face, I felt like Phantom of the Opera. Like that half of my face was now.
For about a tenth of a second, you go soccer Phantom of the Opera
Yeah.
as it's just covering
And that
molding to your face and that with that amount of force of impact.
Everyone in that moment went from, is that guy wearing jeans? to, oh! The ref who just handed me the penny comes up and he goes, are you okay? And I just went, well, it didn't feel good. And then I was
Give me some skin for still dropping a joke, dude. That's what's up.
And then
didn't feel good.
And then I pivoted to immediately getting mad and talking to the other team. I looked at the guy who kicked it and I went, it wasn't going in. And he goes, yes, it was. And I just went, we'll never know. And then I proceeded to play hard in jeans. And
did you get revenge?
I didn't. Yeah, I did. I was going full skill mode after that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, watch this. Just kick me in the face. And so I go, do a move, pass, do a back heel. Everyone's like, oh
yeah,
back
yeah.
heel through ball up against the wall.
Keep that
Everyone
same
goes,
energy
oh! And the guy on the other side of the glass, I hear him, he goes, check out jeans and Jordans. And I looked at him and I went, it's Ronaldinho.
No.
Ronaldinho is my new persona on the field.
Oh my God.
And I think he's pretty inspirational.
Yeah, Nico was like, you go back there, all the kids are going to be wearing jeans.
They're going to see what they...
Jordan, jeans. That's a double kill.
Double kill.
That's my Nike commercial.
You hit a Ronaldinho on this guy?
Yeah.
You don't know that guy?
No,
You'll ne-
strangers. And when I said Ronaldinho, their mouths dropped. They were like, did he plan this?
His celebration is a mixture of the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration and the Aaron Rodgers discount double check.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I hear that. But you know what I think mine is? Because you so rarely have pockets. I'll just hit just a cool guy.
This is a chill guy.
Just a chill guy, but also then I'll hit the Kevin James because I kind of look it. So like Kevin James in the pocket look. You know the one I mean?
Joel, you ain't no Paul Blart. you are not Paul Blart.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm pre-Blart.
You're not pre-Blart. First of all, Kevin James.
No Blart.
I like Kevin James.
So do I.
All right. I have nothing against, but you ain't Paul Blarton. I need to see you on a Segway, but
I would love to, especially on the field. Can you imagine if I was jeans and had a Segway playing soccer? I just like outreached my leg when I wanted to kick.
like polo.
Yeah.
It's like, man. So
It was. I wish
Ronaldinho.
that someone had been filming this because the comedy just kept delivering.
what
It was
is
so fun. It started with the getting kicked in the face. That was hilarious.
Right, that put you on the map. Everyone was now watching.
Well, the jeans.
the
jeans brought me
right.
the attention.
the most attention, right?
They're
'Cause
like,
they're
oh, who's Gene guy? And then I get like an assassination attempt.
I empathize with this. I have a small connection with this. High school, fell in love with soccer, but I was awful at it. In fact, oh man, this is, now when I look back, it's a little bit sad.
You're like, I don't want to tell the story now.
Yeah. Well, oh boy. No, I was one of like 3 kids that went throughout all of soccer conditioning because my friends were doing it. So
Yeah.
I joined in, but I had never kicked a soccer ball before soccer conditioning. So this is like the preseason for the soccer
Just
team.
like all running.
All running. And I did my best and I was doing it. But I've never kicked a soccer ball before like the last month and a half. I go to the tryouts. I don't make the team. I don't make JV. I'm one of like 3 kids where they just don't find a spot. But I
You
love.
didn't even make water boy.
I didn't make it anything.
Equipment man, nothing.
I didn't make anything. So I still love soccer though. I just love the beautiful game so much that the next year they're like, Ross, are you gonna do soccer? I said, no, I can't. My heart. I can't do it. I was literally bummed. I was so
Fool me once.
yeah. 10th grade Ross was like, no, I'm not good enough. And I knew I wasn't. I'm a golfer. So, but there was no goalie. There was no goalie at all.
And that's when you hear the music start in your mind where you're like, this is it. Dun, 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 dun,
Dude,
dun.
they came to me.
dun,
The
dun,
coaches came to me and they asked, like, do you want to be the JV goalie? And I said, let's ride.
You're like, yeah.
I have no soccer equipment. And I show up probably for the first like 6 or 7 games in a borrowed soccer goalie jersey.
Okay.
All right. Soccer gloves. So far, so good.
That's great.
All
Above
right.
the waist, you're killing it.
All right. All right.
I have a feeling that's about to change.
Church dress pants pleated.
Ronald Chino.
I'm wearing full-blown black dress pants.
We've heard of
Plated.
caca, but have you heard of keki?
Like it was a look, and I was not good. I never got good at soccer. I let in a lot of goals, but they needed a body, and I
Like-
was there.
Check out Old Navy between the sticks.
Yeah, and whenever we scored, I would dance. Like I would like pop and lock.
Like you had anything to do with it.
Yeah, so yeah, I would celebrate way more than anybody else.
Ref's like, are you the mascot or you're the goalie? Okay.
That's I don't know, man. That's just what I really started. I really fall in love and grow obsessed.
Dude,
but
they
I embarrassed myself.
The way they make
from the waist
dry
down.
fit
Same.
golf pants now,
Yeah,
I feel like a goalie could legit do that and it would change the game. They could wear just like a sensible business casual
yeah,
dry fit outfit
little pantsuit
to play
action.
goalie with cleats.
Pantsuit, cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overcoat.
Yeah, you could do it all. I remember being the goalie when I was younger, and
And no one wants to be the goal. Like, no, I shouldn't say no one wants to be the goalie, but I think it's pretty true for most soccer rec anything that's like, oh man, there's more.
getting
Okay,
picked
I'll be the goalie.
like getting picked last.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, I guess I'll do it.
but when you were the goalie,
But yeah, no, I would let them in and cry my eyes out.
okay, that
Oh.
jump. I like how
My mom was heartbroken.
At what part? The fact that you were a bad goalie?
But I think both.
Or was her dream alive? Was she thinking like, he's got a chance? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I absolutely love living in Orlando. Orlando loves us. We love Orlando.
407 heaven.
And if you're like us, I know the perfect place for you. That's the Orange County History Center. They have an amazing upcoming exhibition.
Tell me more.
It's called Orlando Collective.
What's that?
It's everything pro Orlando, Orlando's history, which is, by the way, fascinating if you don't know it.
And they're celebrating 150 years of Orlando.
2025 is the year that we turn 150.
You don't look at.
We don't look a day over 122. You will love the History Center, thehistorycenter.org. I think sports, I can't wait to introduce sports to my child. And hopefully it sticks. If it doesn't stick, yeah, I'm being transparent here. I'm rooting for it to stick. Get into some sport, some sort of physical activity, not just for fitness or physical reasons, but also for your mental reasons. That if you want to learn a lot about life at a young age, man,
Yeah.
go bowl, go hit a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And understand how hard and chaotic physics are. I don't know.
You know that what's great is your favorite sport is the one you can start with the earliest.
Yeah.
They have, my kids started when they were like 3 or 4 playing like YMCA soccer. But we'd been playing at home since they were able to walk. So they tore that up. You know, it'd be like 12-0 and they're like, your kid has to sit out. Everyone else is picking grass.
Right.
My kids are hitting cellies and
My
Hitting gritties.
the craziest thing that I saw in like you know taking that soccer ball to the face. I was trying to think of like
it still hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Like my jaw hurts.
do I?
I was about to say like physically or emotion or like, but
No, I mean I left with my head held high because of the turnaround and the discovery of Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Ronaldinho, like everybody,
Saved it.
were people like chanting it at the end, like
Silently,
Ronaldinho?
they were thinking it. It was so confusing for everybody. Like, and I go there all the time. Like people know who I am, and it was more like, why is Joel wearing jeans?
What like I'm trying,
Like I play in those leagues
craziest
in shorts mostly.
It would have been funny if you brought the beer out as well.
I knew better. But I'll tell you the first thing I did when I went off the field, not go get a drink of water. I was drenched in sweat in my long sleeves and jeans. I went down and I put my hat on and I drank the rest of my Yingling.
You chugged the rest.
I didn't chug it, but I mean, I
maybe put it up against the jaw for a little bit. Like, all right, that's nice. That's cool.
If you chugged it, people would have saw that.
Oh, and then it was just
the legend of Ronaldinho continues.
I did get a lot of.
Drink it, spit blood. You drink brown liquid, spit red.
What if I just took the Yingling and just poured it on my face?
Yeah.
I got dapped up a lot by strangers. I'll give you that. I was the king of the park.
You do that, take some insulin.
Yeah. He's diabetic too. Oh, this guy's insane.
Chug a beer.
Sounds like
spit
a
it out.
character that Paul Blart, you know? It's the Kevin James vehicle, this reality.
Spitting out bloody beer and then taking a shot of insulin at a bar is the look that you don't want to go up against on a rec soccer.
Yeah.
You just show up trying to play soccer and you see that over there in the corner.
I don't know who that guy is, but I'm pretty sure he lives near Cocoa Beach. I bet he surfs.
I was trying to think of like the craziest thing that I have seen like in my sports golf youth days, and I do have a highlight of seeing in the group ahead of me. This was at Doral at the Blue Monster. Doral. But it was over in Miami at that golf course. Kid in front of me hit a golf ball, rips a root, ricochets back at him on the ground. And I saw that from like, I don't know, like 190, 200 yards away.
How far away was the tree?
15, 20 feet.
Golly.
That's
Wow.
like,
And which, if it's ricocheting back, no time to move.
no, yeah. He's because they tell you to keep your head down.
He did.
You swing
Which exposed his temple.
and then keep your head right there. That golf ball came back. Whew. And then another crazy thing that I can't. I saw.
That made my jaw hurt when you said that.
Yeah. I'm trying to. What's the like? Is that one of the funniest physical like? Taking a basketball to the nose, by the way, is infamously. It doesn't hurt the most,
But you go blind,
but mentally.
and your nose bleeds usually.
Yeah, because you start crying as well. It's like a thing.
Tears.
You get hit in the face by a basketball.
That hurts so bad.
Yeah. It hurts my feelings more than anything. Like, I ain't no bitch.
Oh, but a football to the face is the worst, I think, because it's pointy.
Is it, right.
Yeah,
And it's a lot more like direct. Like
there's a critical hit element.
Have you ever thrown a football? I keep a football in my car, so I'm always ready. You throw it after sundown, and their depth perception gets messed with. So you'll think you still have a good 3 feet, and then right in the face.
Bro, that happened to me and my cousin when we were kids, and I felt terrible because
You threw the ball in his face?
I threw the ball, and I remember it being I remember when it left my hands, it being just like a tight spiral. You know, I remember I was like,
that thing's pointed.
Ooh, that's a killer.
That's a pickle.
tight right there.
Yeah.
And then I remember him went to catch it, and he caught like the middle of it, but the point hit him right in the freaking teeth and knocked out his 2 front teeth.
Oh my god.
Go.
I mean, not.
Brett
I mean,
Favre, dude.
Yeah.
no, I didn't mean.
Dude, it's Uncle Nico, dude. You can toss that pigskin over the mountains.
Yes.
I threw a football and knocked out
Uncle
my cousin.
Nico.
I felt terrible, and I felt like the family, like the aunts and uncles and everything. I felt like they were like, did he get like mad and
You're like, yeah, they
chuck that ball at him or something? I was like, no, I swear it was just a tight spiral.
No, I'm
thing
just
was tight.
really good.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't throw it any softer. My arm's too strong. Sorry.
Hardest I've ever hit something like physical pain, going for a frisbee, stretch, full stretch, sprint. Oh my god, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Bench. I just clobbered a bench. Dang. Just ate it so hard, and it like hit right on the side. And I just like my body became a frowny face macaroni noodle. Like I just like
Like a U shape.
I don't know. I've already seen Miles like accidentally get close to getting hurt. Like we cleaned off the floors, we just let him crawl on the tile, and I've seen him like if he rolls over, his head might hit the ground here.
Yeah.
I'm just letting him crawl, and I'm not gonna do well. So far I've done very bad with him going like no, that might hurt him.
Yeah.
I can already feel that getting yanked. But now, as I say all these things, I'm like, all of these moments were good for me. They are all cornerstone memories that are filled with like joy and I don't know, just like hearing you take that soccer ball to the face sucked at the time. But like fine wine, that's what you might think of when you're 85 and go like, man, that was such a funny... Just getting, I said Ronaldinho. You know, like you need experiences to have memories. And
You got to be willing to play sports in public wearing the wrong thing. And get rocketed in the face and not quit. And then give yourself a nickname.
Dude, I
if
remember-
you're not willing to do those things, are you living?
I remember going to an Orlando City game one time, and there was like a bunch of kids playing, and we started playing with these kids.
Nice.
And I was like, I was drinking a beer.
Oh, dude.
And I remember one of these kids, I think it was a couple times too, just working me, bro. I think I tripped. Were you there for this?
Yeah.
I tripped. I fell. Was drunk.
You fell? Oh, man.
But
They were like, this homeless guy sucks at soccer.
Literally, I think I looked like a homeless guy at that time.
you didn't look homeless, but I was there, and it was very funny.
You're like, yo, yeah, well, I can knock your teeth out with a football. Dumb kids.
But
You don't want to see me.
I want to say someone may or may not have been you. Kicked a soccer ball, ripped a kid's face, right?
I think I would have remembered if I did that.
That was
think
me.
I did that.
That was me. Let me just cut around. I accidentally kicked.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that though.
I
think I was on the ground.
I Ronaldinho'd an
kid?
8-year-old. Yeah.
I was on the ground just because I just got crossed up by a freaking
No, it was the alcohol.
9-year-old.
It wasn't from a lack of soccer experience. I promise you. Someone who watched it was like, that man's drunk and he's trying way too hard. It wasn't like you were bad at soccer.
Yeah, I remember having something to prove too. Like,
Oh, and if there's one thing that kids
it
will call you
personal.
out, they'll be like, what's up, try hard?
right.
Why are you so locked in, dude? sir.
Are you sweating?
But like my drunkenness, like all my coordination is off.
You're like,
so-
I feel warmed up.
I promise you.
I feel like I've stretched. I can dunk right now.
No one walked away from that whole experience of you drunkenly playing soccer with kids thinking like, oh man, this guy's not good at soccer. Everyone was like, dude, this is hilarious. Look at this guy.
He's wasted.
Yeah. We were all drinking as well. Like
Oh, the kids too,
friendly
right?
I'm
we
not
were
coming at,
tailgating.
I'm not coming at you. Friendly reminder. I ripped a Spalding up against a kid's face, you know? Like,
Was that you?
yeah, I think it was me, dude. We were drinking. I don't know. Could have been a coin flip.
Where were their parents? Okay.
I just remember a kid crying. And I haven't thought about that until right now for the first time this would be a great time to say you can catch me at the Orlando City Games host.
This was before that. This was before that.
This was a different me.
Shout out to RONALDJEANHO and Doodoo.
Yeah.
Local Orlando legends.
I'm very happy. Man, I can't wait to see my kid kind of get hurt a little bit.
It'll happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I just need to understand that
You just give me the green light. I got a ball in the car.
that's all you need.
Got football.
Whatever you need. It's
and
a
soccer.
veritable play it again sports back there. in
Thank
the
you,
trunk.
moms. Thank you, wives. Thank you, our beautiful listeners. Thank you, all of our amazing sponsors. That's episode 51. Good night.
Night, night, bye bye.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo. If you don't know who Mo DeWitt is, it's time to change that. He's been helping out Central Floridians for as long as I can remember.
Super involved in the community. He supports lots of local businesses, including this podcast.
And that's such a reflection of who he is. He supports everything Central Florida. He's always throwing events. I'm about to take part in a bowling tournament for him.
me too. Visit him online at justcallmo.com.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Joel, what is the Orlando Fringe Festival?
The coolest place ever.
Are we part of it?
Yeah, you wrote half the show.
Last year, we did 10 sketches. This year, we're doing
10 more sketches. Yes, from the same Ross and Joel that brought you 10 sketches with Ross and Joel. It's 10 more sketches with Ross and Joel.
We are working too hard for all of our listeners not to have the highest chance possible to know that we are making the best show that we possibly can, and we are inviting you.
Tickets are on sale now. OrlandoFringe.org. Come check it out.